This is Racism Part 3. Now, personally for me, I don't like racist people of any culture. Here's the thing. See, when they come at you like that, lash out at you like that, because you're different from the way they look. And they think that they better than you because you're not and don't look like them. But in reality, God wanted us all to be different. He didn't want us to look like each other, every single one of us that he made on the planet. So, for them to be mad at you because of the way you were born and the way you look, you need to take that up with the Lord, Jesus Christ, because he made every living thing on this earth. But the thing is, you're different. You know what I'm saying? And they got a huge major problem they got to deal with. And if they don't deal with it, then it's going to be like a sickness. It's going to eat them up on the inside, whether they're male or female, for the rest of their life. So you can't be worrying about all that. You got to do you. You know what I'm saying? See, these people, girls, babies, boys, toddlers, who grow into men and women, the seed has been planted in their life when they was young, way back, through other people or through other racist relatives. And the neo-Nazis, the slave plantation owners, etc., and many more back in the past. See, they don't want to hear it because they caught up in a lot of guilt trips. See, they are the poison of this society, causing still havoc and fear, divisions, prejudice, negativism, anything negative that come along with what I just said. Still getting away with dirt. That's the problem with them. You know, you still got people in power. But Jesus said in the Bible, there's wickedness in high power, in high places. And it is. Don't think it ain't. All the way up the ladder of success, all the way up the ladder of power. They're everywhere. On every plateau of this life. And I think they're better because they're white, or they got money, they got power, male, female, or any other culture that thinks that way. They are the true devils and demons of this society, and always will be until Jesus Christ come back and clean it up. So, and it's not here just in the United States, it's all over the world. All over in Europe, all over in South America, North America. You know what I'm saying? Russia. Any nook and corny of the planet. Racism raises its ugly head. It's in their speeches, trying to use Jesus Christ as their Messiah. No, your Messiah is a racist. Your God, Lucifer, the destroyer, the great deceiver of this world. Satan, your worldly daddy. You're lost, you're doomed, and you sold out your soul to him for power, fame, and fortune, and think you're going to win. Yeah, this is his world down here. To a point, he can only do so much. You got to go to God first and ask him what he could do. God say yay, he'll do it. God say no, he can't do nothing. And God will destroy, or Jesus will destroy him. And think you're going to win. You're not going to win. You're a fool. You will not and won't win this spiritual battle. Especially if you don't repent of your evil ways and your racist sins, you die. Satan is a liar and an Indian giver. Fools, you're in control. Like, you think you're in control, but you're not. Not like you think you are. You may say this and that, but you're a slave to your daddy, Lucifer, the satanic earthly daddy. Think you not? You're not winning the battle. You're actually losing it. Die and see what happens. Black folks, white folks, and other folks of different cultures that have sold their soul out for riches, fame, glory, and fortune, material possessions, etc., etc. But it's going to catch up to you and destroy you. Whatever. Especially when you die. But in reality, the Holy Bible is going to stand forever. When you die, if you don't change your ways, you're going to be torched for the rest of your burning days. Weeks, months, and years. You can never die. Flesh will be torched forever. So don't be fooled, you Satan worshipers out there. Don't get too happy too quick, because you're going to get tricked. And being tricked right now, don't even know it. Racism is a white man's made-up disease through the devil. And women also. I've had many experiences, many times over and over, because of my white heritage, my light skin. Growing up, I stayed in fights. But the fight not just for my family, my morals and my principles, but also for my complexion. See? And like I said in another video, I even had to fight my own people because of my light skin, because they were darker than me, and I never fitted in with them. So I always had to fight for me, because I'm a light-skinned man. Some people like me, some people didn't. I don't know, I speak for all light-skinned black people out here, male and female, tall, short, fat, skinny, whatever. You ain't got to walk around with your head down and feel bad because you light-skinned. People done ridiculed you growing up and called you all these different racial names because you light-skinned. They jealous of you because they wish they probably was light-skinned themselves, but they wish they looked like you, had your looks and your inner beauty as well. You ain't gotta walk around like that. Not no more. Maybe when you was young and you didn't understand like I didn't. But as you get older and you learn and you talk to different people that's been there, done that themselves before you got there or went through it, then you realize that you better than you think you are. You're just as attractive as any man, any woman. You men, you women out there, light skinned. You know what I'm saying? Whether you're foreign light skinned, American light skinned people. No matter what culture you come from, if you're light complected, you know, you're going to go through it. You may not go through it as much, but you're going to go through it at least once or twice in your life, maybe more. But anyway, it's like this. Like my ex-girlfriend I was dating one time, some years back, she was like out with her girlfriends, right? So she told me to come out and meet her. You know, meet her friends and stuff and be with her. So I did. I came in and I was coming in and I was going to go to the bar. I ran into her. She was coming from the restroom. So she said, hey, my friends is up here on the top. You know, I told her I'm going to the bar. She said, well, when you get done, come up and see me. I said, okay, I will. So anyway, I did what I did, got my drink, went to the restroom, came up to her on the top where she was at with her friends. And they were surprised to see me. But you know, here's the thing. She was light-skinned just like me. As a matter of fact, she was lighter than me. So, one of her little racist friends, she was dark-skinned. She says, when I went to the restroom, now she didn't tell me until we got home. You know, we got in a conversation about the night and blah, blah, blah. She says, the dark-skinned girl says, you got you a white man. That was her exact words. You got you a white man. And she said it kind of hurt her. And I'm sure it did, because she was dating me. You know, if it was that bad, she shouldn't have been dating me. You know? And that kind of hurt me. But it stuck with me for a long time. Believe it or not, there's still some dark-skinned black folks out here in the United States and all over the world. Whatever languages you speak, still carry that hate toward light-skinned black people. And they black themselves, only they darker than us. We have the same culture, the same bloodline, the same heritage of black people. And they still, a lot of them, I don't know what percentage that is. It could be more and it could be less. But the point is, they still carrying that hate, that light and dark hatred, prejudice in them. Jealousy, envy. You know, being two-faced. They still got it. It ain't just the white folks, but we know where it came from. We know who started it. We know who lit the fire, lit the match. They just kept carrying it on and on. How you gonna blame your own black skin, you dark-skinned people, a lot of you that still got that attitude, how you gonna blame your own light-skinned black people? It wasn't our fault. It wasn't my fault I'm light-skinned, and it wasn't your fault you're dark-skinned. God made you dark for a reason. God made me light for a reason, whether you're male or female. If you don't like it, take it up with him. You can't change it. You can't change your darkness to be light. You think you can when you go through all these operations, but what you're doing is you're gonna mess up and mess yourself up for life, physically. It's like I said, with all these women out here, and some of these guys out here changing themselves, they want to be a woman. These guys want to be a man, or these women want to be a man. Yeah, to each his own. I don't care. But the point is, if you're gonna go around hating on your own people because you ain't light-skinned or vice versa. Male, female, you know, then you can't say you ain't no racist, because you are. You can't just blame the white folks, the racist white people, because there's racist black people too. And I'm here to tell you that. A lot of black folks out here listening to this video, you don't want to hear that, but you better hear it. You're going to hear it, because I'm speaking it to you, especially if you're watching this video. I don't know what percentage of dark-skinned black people are racist against light-skinned black folks. I don't know how many percentages of light-skinned black people are racist of dark-skinned black people. I went through it. I know. I got a complex to a point. And what I mean by that is, you know, since I went through it with a lot of dark-skinned black folks, stayed in fights with them because of my light skin, because they jealous of me and envious of me for no reason at all. It's not my fault. I didn't paint myself light skinned. I was born this way. You ain't paint yourself dark skinned. You was born that way. So suck it up and get over it. A lot of you don't want to. You can't. You're still on that field Negro stuff. You're still on that light-skinned house Negro stuff. And until you drop that stuff and stop talking that way and thinking that way and feeling that way, we ain't gonna never unite as a people anyway. It's gonna always be that division in between us, and that's what these racist white folks want. And they still doing it, getting their way with it, getting away with it. And you helping them by doing it within your own race. You black people out here I'm talking to. Don't say you ain't doing it, because you have done it. Maybe you did it one time, but the point is you did it. You said it. You know what I'm saying? You light-skinned folks, male, female. You dark-skinned folks, male, female. You can't deny it. Maybe some of you never done it, but I guarantee you a few times in your life you thought about it. God know your heart. I don't. I know it to a point. Only when you say certain things, do certain things, God know your heart before you even think it. So you can't lie about it. You can lie to me, but you can't lie to Jesus Christ who made you. So you need to get out of here with that BS. And I'm trying to be nice. And I am. But I ain't no fool. And I know game when I hear it, and when I see it, and when I feel it, and when I smell it. But anyway, getting back to what I was saying. You know, old girl that I was dating that was light skinned, I said, you need to leave her alone. She's a racist. You know, ghetto. She's all loud. You know, first impressions mean a lot. It really does. How you come off when you first meet somebody is how they're going to remember you when they see you again. Whatever you say, whatever your conversation was when you met them, it's the conversation they're going to remember when they see you again. And that goes on both sides. You meet them when they meet you. So, yeah, that's it. Racist people, like I said, they smile in your face like you their best friends that you grew up with. As soon as you turn your back, they're throwing knives and darts and everything else at you through other people. And see, the bad thing is they think it won't get back to you, but it always does. Dirt always comes back. You say something bad about somebody, negative, that's your racist comment or whatever. Always comes back. Some kind of way. It circulates through somebody. Because there's always somebody running their mouth. That's how it come back on you. You got people out here that when I get on the COTA bus, all they want to do, and I don't understand this, you can't get on the bus and just be quiet and gather your own thoughts in your own mind and just shut up. No. You got folks that get on the bus just want to run their mouth just for the hell of it. It's because they got a mouth to run and they got energy. And they want somebody to you know, basically get in the conversation, keep it going. Them kind of people I avoid with the plague because they can work for you or they can work against you. Easy. They talkers. They like to run their mouth. And most of the time, they don't be talking about nothing. That's how you know when people dog you and say stuff, your so-called friends, they ain't your friends, man. If they got to gossip behind your back, some get bold and gossip in your face. You know? God's telling you what they're about. Right to your face sometimes. Sometimes you don't even see it or hear it. You looking at a two-faced demon in your face, and you still willing to sit there, stand there, and hee and ha with them, and think it's cool what they saying to you. It ain't. Light and dark don't mix. Dark and light don't mix. I don't mean a dark-skinned brother with a light-skinned sister don't mix. I ain't gonna say that, no. To each his own. I know what I like. You know what you like. So, you know. Matter of fact, the girl was drunk anyway when she said that. When she made that racial comment to my girl about her having a white man, which was me, she was talking about. She had hatred for light-skinned people because I could tell basically by what she told me afterward. It's more than what I'm saying on here, but it's the truth. Evidently somebody scarred her heart when she was young, maybe when she wasn't young. Some light-skinned brother or person, girl, maybe she stole her light-skinned boyfriend at one time. You don't know what's on these people's mind for them to say stuff like that. You don't know what they went through for them to lash out at a light-skinned person and they dark-skinned. And they call you them kind of racial names because they don't experience something negative with a light-skinned person, male or female. And it goes both ways. It's just like, you know, you come into a place and you're dark-skinned and you got a light-skinned girl, you know? And then they say something about her to a dark-skinned brother that's with her when she go to the restroom or something, or to the bar, or wherever. Same thing. But anyway, it made me realize after that was said about me, like I said, that there are racist black people among racist black people. And what I mean by that is what I said earlier. You know? Some dark-skinned people like or don't like light-skinned people. And here's another thing. Some of you dumb folks out there that's dark-skinned and light-skinned, I'm talking about the dark ones first, since they the one keep this going on. I ain't saying all of you do it. My step-grandfather that raised me, he was dark as the tires on my car. But he was a spiritual man, a good man. He took care of me. He took care of my grandmother. She was light-skinned like me, lighter than me. You know what I'm saying? They never had no problem with that. But he told me he went through racism. He told me. But I ain't have a problem with it. Between the both of them, my grandmother being light-skinned and him being dark-skinned, you know what I saw? I saw love. I didn't see no color. I knew they both were black, but I didn't see it like that because I wasn't raised that way. But see, here's the thing with some of you dark-skinned people. You think by being with a dark-skinned person or not being with a dark-skinned person and being with a light-skinned person, you think that's the plague, so to speak. And what I mean by that is you think that by you having babies with a light-skinned person, that you won't have babies that are dark-skinned. You're a fool. You're a damn fool, because your genes and genetics determine your history and your back in the day in your family tree. Your ancestry determines how your kids gonna come out. Whether they're gonna come out short, tall, fat, skinny, dark skin or light skin. And it don't matter if you marry a light skinned person. That don't mean your kids gonna come out light skinned all the time. Or it don't mean that your kids is gonna come out dark skinned. Fools. You better start digging in your history and find the truth. Stop judging people for no reason, because you can't change none of it. God made you, he made them, and whomever else that you dogging and hating on from a distance, afar, behind their back, close up on them, in their face. You're stupid, because you don't know nothing about genetics and you can't stop it. And you can't determine what type of color your kid's gonna come out. Dark skin or light skin. You ain't gonna determine that. You can't. I done seen 2 dark-skinned couples with light-skinned kids. Plenty of times. And I've seen 2 light-skinned couples with dark-skinned kids. Now, you tell me how that happened. You can't. Because you don't know. You're not in control of that. God is. It's your genes and your genetics, your history from your ancestry back in the day. So, for you ignorant folks out here that are dark-skinned, that's hating on light-skinned blacks, and light-skinned people don't like dark-skinned blacks, we all in this together. Ain't nothing you can do about it. You can hate until you drop dead. You're not going to Jesus Christ. You're not going to heaven with no hate in your heart. I guarantee you that. I don't care what you say about me and what you say about anybody else. He's in control of that. You ain't. Now you tell me if that ain't racism among black folks. It is. It is. And the white man started it. I don't like to say that, but the truth is the truth. I got white friends and I love them. I got white relatives and I love them. I'm on both sides. I got black and white. I got Indian. I got a lot of ancestry. I used to be called Asian growing up because my eyes are slanted. Indian, white, biracial, all of that. It's all in my mix of genetics. Yeah, so it just made me realize that certain blacks are just as racist as a lot of racist white folks. And Spanish folks, Indian, Asian. There's racism in every culture. Thank God it's not a lot, but it's more than what you realize. Because if you don't accept it for what it is, then you're gonna be disappointed every single time. What you gonna do about it? You can't go around here mad at the world and trying to kill everybody because they don't look like you. No, that ain't. God didn't make them run it like you. Ain't running God. God's running you. God made you. You can't think you're gonna run stuff like that. This is His world, His universe. He even made Satan. See, that's why Satan got to go to him if he want to do something to somebody. And if God say no, he better not do nothing, or he gone. Simple as that. So, yeah, some of it will change and some of it won't. And a lot of it's still here. And It's a shame. Thought we got past that. So, I don't like or love racist people at all. But, through Jesus Christ, I have to love them because of the spirit that he put inside me. I can love them from a distance, but we ain't gonna hang out like that. Cause we ain't on the same wavelength. We ain't thinking on the same terms. Yeah. Lost souls of the universe. Lost souls of the universe. Mad at me because I'm light-skinned. Or I'm short. Or I'm this or I'm that. That they think is negative, but it ain't. But it's sad. Some of you are old. And you destroying these kids, these babies growing up, black, white, or foreign, with all this nonsense and all this negativity and all these evil things that you put in their mind, their subconscious mind, and all these things you doing to them. You know what you're doing to them. They don't have a voice because they little. Only thing they can do is cry. But God is watching over them, and he ain't going to let you get away with it. You're going to suffer worse than them when they find out what you're doing to them. And then the bad thing is they grow up, and then they lash out at society and do all these crazy things to other people in the name of hate, in the name of being abused mentally and physically, growing up, and they don't know what to do. They don't know who to go to. They don't know how to deal with it. Then you expect to understand why they did it. Well, that's why. Because of the things they see growing up, the people they hanging around, the relatives that are they're treating them wrong, doing wrong, beating on them, abusing them mentally and physically. That's why. And I hate to hear about it and see it. Because I can't imagine somebody doing that to an innocent kid, man, a baby that just born into the world. Don't know nothing about racism, don't know nothing about black or white, all this evilness in the world around it. That baby didn't ask to come here, but God wanted it to be here, male, female. But once it finds out what's really going on, that's when the problems start. So, I think I done spoke enough. You know what I'm saying? You fools out here, you're infected with that racism. You need to get a shot of love. You need a shot of that Jesus Christ. That's what you need. Yeah, you need to take that racism and all that evilness that you walk around with all the time. You need to take it to the altar so God can clean that up for you. If you don't want to do it, you're going to perish and you're going to die. And before you die, you're going to suffer really bad. And when you do pass on, you ain't really going to die. Your flesh will, but your spirit won't. Your spirit going to be burning forever. Later, think about what I said in this video. If you know it's the truth, I don't speak nothing but the truth. Why do I do that? Because I've been through it. I experienced it. That's why. That's why I know what I'm talking about. I'm out of here.